Very good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the current affairs class. I hope you all are doing well. All right. So today we are going to cover, very good morning. Today we are going to cover 20th March Banking and Finance CA. Let's begin with the first segment. So first news is about global debt. Basically, it says global debt exceeds $100 trillion as interest costs surge according to OECD data. OECD is your Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. OECD data ke according, the global debt has exceeded this much. Why? Due to rise in interest costs. So let's analyze the news. According to the OECD, the outstanding government and corporate bonds globally exceeded $100 trillion in 22-23, and this debt is via the debt instrument. So आपके government bonds जितने भी हैं, outstanding government and corporate bonds, including both of these debt instruments, the debt has exceeded $100 trillion. With rising interest costs, leaving borrowers facing tough choices and needing to prioritize productive investment. So basically interest is rising, that is the thing. So cost of borrowing is rising, and nearly half of the government debt of the OECD countries and emerging markets and around a third of the corporate debt will mature by 2027. ये कब तक mature होगा? 2027. तो global debt की situation they are reflecting, and the data also shows between 2021 and 2024 interest costs as a share of output rose from lowest to highest in last 20 years. So interest cost जो है in debt instruments पर it has risen. That's why you see this much is the value. Nothing else has to be remembered from here. This much only would be relevant. Let's see the next one. The metal maker Hindalco Industries is adopting a new identity and tagline. So wherever there is new identity being adopted or rebranding of a company, it becomes important for you, marking the company's transformation from a material supplier to engineered solutions provider. So now from material supplier, it would be transiting to engineered solutions provider, and the tagline would be engineering better futures. Engineering better futures. The redesigned logo is a bold H. So this is going to be the redesigned logo representing forward momentum and Hindalco's commitment. Just a second. Then next is CBIC, the Central Bureau of Indirect Taxes and Customs has amended Customs Administration of Rules of Origin under Trade Agreement 2020, replacing the term certificate with proof. So this much only is something which you need to remember apart from other rules which have been amended. So remember in this amended act, the Customs Rules 2020, they have replaced this word certificate with proof in multiple provisions. So first of all, remember this thing. And is it going to be, it is going to be effective from 18th March 2025, this year only. The amendment modifies key rules governing the determination of the country of origin of imported goods. So you see, indirect taxes and customs. Customs deals with what? We impose the custom taxes whenever we import something, right? And there are different types of custom taxes. So here you remember, it is also modifying the determination of country of origin. That how would you determine what is the country of origin from where you are importing the good? That is the thing. And most important one, remember, wherever certificate has been written, it has been replaced with proof. Why? Because they want to tighten scrutiny on imports, particularly those from China. Because you see, imports, flooding of imports can actually devastate your market, right? So this is the provision. Then next, very importantly, the National Payments Corporation of India will be unlinking UPI IDs tied to inactive mobile numbers, because you see, lot of inactive IDs have been there. So NPCI is in a row to clear them out, all of them, right? Effective from 1st April 2025. Now, banks and payment service providers, they have been asked to update their databases from March 31st to remove cycled or churned numbers. ओके, रिसाइकल्ड और चर्न नंबर्स. तो ऐसे जो भी नंबर्स हैं, the banks and other payment service providers, they have been asked to update all this data before 31st March, because all this going to be cleared off by the NPCI. So remember, UPI IDs, those who are tied to inactive mobile numbers, will be cleared off. So this is also an update for all of you. If you have something like that, you can work upon it, right? Now, moving on to the regulatory bodies news. So, it is coming from SEBI. SEBI has proposed key changes to norms for the electronic book provider platform and request for quote platform. I will tell you what are these two platforms, right? So, first of all, let's understand these two terminologies, then only you will be able to understand the news itself. First of all, if you look at this EBP, electronic book provider. Electronic book provider basically is a web-based tool where companies can invite bids from investors. जैसे RBI bids invite करता है, right? Through the NDSOM e-Kuber प्लेटफॉर्म, वैसे ही कंपनीज के लिए बिड इनवाइट करने के लिए दिस इज अ वेब बेस्ड टूल और पोर्टल वेयर कंपनीज इनवाइट बिड्स फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टर्स फॉर देयर बॉन्ड्स. कि बिड्स आएंगी, उसके हिसाब से दे विल डिसाइड, quotations होंगे, उसके हिसाब से they will decide what is going to be the bonds face value, etc. Right? So this is the platform EBP. And then another one is request for quote, RFQ. What is the request for quote? RFQ platform is a formal system. It is also used by these companies or organizations where they invite selected suppliers or contractors to submit their price quotas for specific goods or services. जहां पर select groups को invite किया जाता है specific goods or services के लिए कि आप अपना quote submit करो, and then we will decide whom we are going to finalize the tender with. Right? So ऐसे जितने भी platforms हैं, SEBI ने क्या propose किया है? SEBI has proposed changes to the norms. Why? To boost liquidity in the corporate bond market and improve transparency. Now, what are these norms? This is going to be important. First of all, the regulator has proposed making this EBP mandatory for all private placement issues of issue size over 20 crores, right? Down from the present threshold of 50 crores. Transparency लानी है. Earlier the requirement was 50 करोड़ तक के जो प्राइवेट प्लेसमेंट है. व्हाट इज प्राइवेट प्लेसमेंट? यू नो, जिसमें हम पब्लिक के थ्रू नहीं शेयर इशू करती हैं कंपनीज. प्राइवेट प्लेसमेंट में यू इशू देम टू द सेलेक्ट ग्रुप ऑफ इंडिविजुअल्स, राइट? सो प्राइवेट प्लेसमेंट में अर्लियर 50 करोड़ तक अगर था, EBP was mandatory, but now they have said that make it mandatory if the private placement issues are over rupees 20 crores, right? Then further, for private placements of investment infrastructure trust, InvITs या REITs के जो private placements हैं above rupees 1000 crores, issues will have to access the EBP platform. तो REITs और InvITs की private placement के लिए भी 1000 crore से अगर above है, you will have to access this EBP platform. Then green shoe portion in the issue may also be reduced to 3 times the base issue size from the current 5 times. Now you see, what is this green shoe portion? Just a second. Yeah, so what you need to remember from here is 20 crore, 1000 crore. I hope this much is clear. The concept of EBP platform, 20 crores का requirement, it is going to be very important. REITs और InvITs का अगर private placement होगा, above 1000 crore rupees, and it has to be mandatory for you to access the EBP platform. Everyone, tell me, this much is clear so that I can move forward. Is this much okay? All right. Now the next concept is green shoe portion. Very interesting. What is green shoe portion? See, ग्रीन शू पोर्शन क्या होता है? आईपीओ में जनरली जितना आपने प्लान किया होता है ना, कि आपने इतना प्लान किया अलॉटमेंट का कि वी विल बी इशूइंग दिस मच ऑफ शेयर्स, दिस मच इज द प्लान्ड वन. बट ग्रीन शू पोर्शन इज दैट पोर्शन विच अलाउज यू टू सेल टू इशू मोर ऑफ द शेयर्स, राइट? तो ग्रीन शू पोर्शन आपको अलाउ करता है जितना प्लान किया उससे ज्यादा इशू करने का. दिस इज द ग्रीन शू पोर्शन, right? So if any company is issuing more than that is planned, that portion is green shoe portion. I hope this concept is clear. So they have norm for this as well. Green shoe portion also be reduced to 3 times the base issue size from current 5 times. उन्होंने कहा कि presently जो base issue है, जो आपने plan किया है, green shoe earlier was allowed to 5 times of it. 5 times of it, but now they are saying reduce it to 3 times of the base issue. Reduce it to 3 times of the base issue. This is again important, okay? 3 times. Then for EBP, SEBI has also proposed settlement on T+1 cycle and reduction in listing time from T+3 to T+2. EBP पे जो भी सेटलमेंट्स होंगे T+1 में हो सकते हैं. T is the transaction date, 1 means within 24 hours, 1 day it can be settled. Also जो listing है, it has also been reduced from T+3 to T+2. That means transaction के 3 दिन से transaction के 2 दिन तक. So T+2 तक it has been reduced. Also other proposals include mandatory open bidding for issue size of 1000 crores. अगर 1000 crore से ज्यादा की है तो open bidding होगी, ठीक है? Open bidding होगी, that is also going to be mandatory. This is about SEBI. I have explained you all the concepts. Please remember them. Now next, moving on to next one, you have net inflows from external commercial borrowings more than doubled to $18.4 billion in April 2024 to January 2025 period. तो ECBs जो हमारे हैं external commercial borrowings, what are external commercial borrowings? External commercial borrowings होती है where the residents of India they borrow from outside, right? तो हम commercial borrowings जो होती हैं बाहर से हम borrow करते हैं that amount. So under the net inflows from external commercial borrowings figure, if you see, it has more than doubled basically. This is not so much important, but हाँ क्योंकि April to January का period है, so that can be important. Monthly data आपको इतना याद नहीं रखना है यहाँ पर. So remember 18.4 billion US dollars. Now next one is primary market issuance of certificate of deposits, CDs. Certificate of deposits क्या हैं? They are money market instruments. You all know them. They are issued by banks, etc. So primary market issuance जो है by certificate of deposits by the banks, it has rose to 34% year-on-year basis to reach an all-time high of 10.58 lakh crores during financial year 24-25, right? And CD, you all know, is a money market instrument which is negotiable and they are issued by scheduled commercial banks. Also by select all India financial institutions to raise short-term resources, right? Up to 1 year. तो आपको ध्यान रखना है मनी मार्केट इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स जितने भी हैं, यस, मनी मार्केट इंस्ट्रूमेंट जितने भी हैं 1 years up to 1 year they can raise दी. So इनकी जो मेच्योरिटी होती है 1 साल की होती है. That is the basic difference between money market and the capital market, right? Money market instruments की maturity up to 1 year and capital market instruments की आपकी more than 1 year maturity होती है. That can be more than 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So that depends. It shows what? It shows that banks are borrowing more from the primary market or money market. Then next one is IRDAI recently has reconstituted its Insurance Advisory Committee. It can also be important. IRDAI ने अपनी IAC Insurance Advisory Committee को reconstitute किया है, where they have appointed new members from diverse expertise, and the committee is responsible for advising IRDAI on regulatory matters. ये committee क्या करती है? It advises IRDAI on regulatory matters कि क्या क्या guidelines होनी चाहिए, regulations होना चाहिए. So new appointments to the IAC can be very very important. Please remember the names. First of all, M.R. Kumar, former chairman of life insurance company, ठीक है. Then Dinesh Kumar Khara. Then you have Vishakha Mule, Nilesh Shah. Then you have Alice Givarghese Vedyan. So these are the important appointments in the Insurance Advisory Committee. What is the role and structure of this committee? It can also be important. It provides expert recommendation to IRDAI on regulatory matters. This is something you already know. Then it comprises members from commerce industry, diverse stakeholders are there. Now also remember, it can have maximum 25 members. How many members? 25 members maximum, excluding the chairperson and ex officio members. So chairperson or ex officio members को हटा के it can have maximum 25 members. Okay. Now, moving on to banking news. So, we have DPIIT, the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, has signed an MOU with Yes Bank. DPIIT और Yes Bank ने sign किया है. It can be important. Why? To foster innovation and provide crucial support to startups. So, this again has been signed to boost up startup ecosystem, provide them assistance, etc. Yes Bank, remember. Then next one is Centrico Insurance Repository, which is a subsidiary of your Central Depository Services. It has entered into an agreement with the Life Insurance Corporation, LIC के साथ agreement sign किया है to provide insurance repository services. Repository services क्या है? You will have a data, right? Data to be accessed on a single platform. So Centrico is already in partnership with 43 insurance companies in India, where they provide a platform where all the data can be stored and accessed regarding insurance. So this is another agreement recently signed by Centrico with LIC. Remember that. Next news. Kotak Mahindra Asset Management Company has announced launch of Choti SIP, which is a small ticket sized SIP. Small ticket size है, ज़्यादा amount नहीं है. So basically this is designed to attract even low income groups into SIP plans. It can start with investment with a minimum monthly contribution of just rupees 250. Now you have all these choti SIPs coming into scene, isn't it? Where you have very low ticket size coming here, 250 rupees. And it is going to be available for all eligible schemes of Kotak Mahindra Mutual Fund. What is the commitment? Minimum 60 monthly installments have to be there. Minimum 60 monthly installments have to be there. 250 rupees it can start. Last news, IDFC First Bank recently has incorporated ACE feature on its mobile banking app that will provide detail on more than 2500 mutual funds. What is this ACE feature? So IDFC First ने ACE feature launch किया है. Mobile application पे ही you can access all almost 2500 mutual funds की details would be available. So this is an initiative to promote do-it-yourself investing among the customers, where you don't require anyone to plan your investments, right? So just go through it, do it by yourself. This has been launched by IDFC First, the ACE feature. That's it for the 20th March CA. Now it's time for the top 5 MCQs. Let's discuss that. Just a second. So first question. Everyone. SEBI has proposed changes to norms for the electronic book provider and request for quote platform. Now you have to tell me, the regulator has proposed making EBP mandatory for all private placement issues of size over how much crores, down from the present threshold of rupees 50 crores. What is the new criteria for a mandatory EBP? Well done. So from 50 crores, it has been made 20 crores now. Option C is the right answer. 20 crores. Very good. Next question. Net inflows from the ECBs recently have more than doubled from April 24 to January 25. How much they have been? Tell me the figure. Well done. So 18.4 billion US dollars. Next question. The IRDAI has reconstituted its Insurance Advisory Committee and appointed new members from diverse expertise. This committee can have how many maximum members, excluding IRDAI's chairperson and ex officio members? How many maximum members it can have? Very good. It can have maximum 25, and remember, that is excluding the IRDAI's chairperson as well as ex officio members. उनको मिलाकर नहीं है. So 25. Next one. Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade has recently signed an MOU with which of the following banks to foster innovation in the startup ecosystem? Which bank DPIIT has signed this MOU with? Right. So the DPIIT has signed this MOU with the Yes Bank. Option B. Yes Bank. Right. Next question. Centrico Insurance Repository has signed an agreement with which of the following insurance companies recently to provide insurance repository services? So that is Life Insurance Corporation. Option D, LIC. Centrico ने LIC के साथ sign किया है. This is your homework question for today. SEBI has proposed changes to norms for the electronic book provider platform and the request for quote. The green shoe portion, you know by now what is green shoe portion, right? Green shoe portion in the issues is proposed to be how many times the base issue size from the current 5 times. So abhi 5 times hai, but now it has been reduced. So you will be telling me how many times it will be now, the green shoe portion. This is your homework question. Tell me the answer in the comment section today. All right. Last class mein, the question I gave you was, what is India's rank in terms of greenfield FDI projects as per the latest RBI data? So yes, India's rank in terms of greenfield FDI projects is second. So you all have provided me the correct answer. Rajshekhar, Shreya Sharma, Shalini Sharma, Girish Pradhan, Suraj Patil. Okay, so Suraj has provided additional information as well. India is second position, UAE is at the top. Well done. Remember that. That is it for today's class. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, I will end this session here. Any doubts? Anyone? All right. So, no doubts? All right then. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Revise it carefully. I'll see you in the next class, 9:30 a.m. Till then, have a good day. Thank you.